Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. And when last we left off, we now know what happened to Heritage Hill. And it's all focused around this device. We know what these devices are, roughly. This one seems to be a little bit different to the ones we've seen before. But Oldhelm and his researchers weren't the ones that activated it. It was an agent of the Leaden Key. They snuck in one night, the 11th night of Oldhelm's research, and activated the device, as well as dispatching all the researchers, probably so that they couldn't tell anyone about what happened. And by that, I mean that their souls became tethered to their bodies, despite the fact that they've been slain. They have become vessels, like many people in Heritage Hill would soon become. Oldhelm alone has managed to retain their sanity, though not much of it. He's desperately trying to find a way to turn this device off. And he's given us a lead, Icantha. Icantha knows how to read the Engwithan runes. Icantha may be able to help us turn this off. Oldhelm has also asked us to bring someone to him so that he can feed. We are not going to do this. All we're going to do is get this thing turned off. Permanently if we can. A winding staircase runs to the Corba Tower, providing access to all levels. Let us proceed to the bottom. That is incredibly awesome that we get the option to just head straight to the exit. Oh, I missed some loot. So where we need to go now is we need to see Icantha. We need to persuade Icantha to teach us how to read the runes, because I know Icantha's going to go over and help Oldhelm. Icantha doesn't like Oldhelm, but maybe her opinion might soften when she realizes just what happened.
I'd be glad to.
And that Oldhelm is desperately trying to turn this thing off, even though doing that will spell his doom. His body won't be able to endure, neither will Icantha's. But he's that determined, that focused, on seeing this disaster ended. So, let's go say hi to Icantha. We'll save before we talk to her, because I don't know how we're going to persuade her. Always good to save. Alright, Icantha. I've learned some things.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Engwithan machine in the tower, Icantha.
That fool Oldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
She laughs. A noise that blends the crunch of dry leaves with something piercing and white-hot. You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
The problems in Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry, Icantha. Do I care? I prepared myself for an eventuality such as this, and I can assure you these dwindling souls in the streets are beyond caring as well. Her pride burns brighter still. Humble Oldhelm now by demonstrating the value of your research. My silence demonstrates it more succinctly. Your words fan the strange coals at the center of her soul. Tell me the tower's name.
Ternuneth. It's called Ternuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
So that's what's happening with the Leaden Key. They're moving souls. Where would they move souls to, Icantha?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know.
Why would the Anguithans have wanted to tether souls like this?
Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Anguithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
It makes sense. You seem to know a lot about Tyr Norwenth.
I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely.
How do you operate the machine atop the tower?
Back to these tinkers' concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
I'd release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here, I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it for yourself? Tell her, Lyrin. An entire language at your fingertips and she hides it away. I could extinguish her pride. You're dead. Why does any of this matter? Because my research will outlive me. I'll have time and opportunity enough to accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. The pride sparks and squalls. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames about to debate. All I've learned is years of studying the Anguithan language. No one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. A foolish and false statement. Knowledge is meaning. It needs no external purpose. The pride smolders still. Your opportunities here are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than an ember now. You're wrong. But there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench her pride, and all that remains is a blackened, diamond-hard rock. You cast it away, where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours.
Excellent. I get the feeling I could have just extinguished the pride with my Watcher powers, but this is so much more satisfying.
These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Icantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning, and how they fit together, the language of Engwith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge, then, and do what you will with Tyr Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
I want to destroy it. A speaker of dead tongues now, and so she surpasses a few hundred frustrated scholars in a matter of moments. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. What do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
If only we could get all the animancers together in one place. Perhaps you could destroy their souls as well. You said the other towers around Medearwood were constructed to move souls. Why would the inhabitants have wanted to do that? Ah, we've already had that. Explain how the controls would work. Harnessing the power of Tyr Norwith is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You can speak them, and the tower shall obey. That's all. Thanks. Deal with the Anguithan machine. I shall. I will not just turn it off, I will destroy it. For if we just turn it off,
at once,
it can be turned on again. And we don't want that. It's a disaster waiting to happen all anew. We could harness the power, but that would be horrific. We're not harnessing the power of souls for our own gain. We are stopping this. We are stopping it forever. Let's go. All the way to the top. I imagine we can go straight to the machine by using the stairs. The game did let us go all the way to the bottom from the top after all. So, let's go here. Yep, proceed to the top. Wonder if we could talk to Old Helm and say that we now know how to use the machine. You're still here.
I'm here.
Not surprised. Old Helm looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely, and sores have eaten away patches of skin at his joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
He takes a tentative, scuttling step towards you. He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. He is gone. A jagged Ardra pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework, and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize the words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. We can leave, which we're not going to do. We could just choose end, but that leaves the door open for somebody to turn it back to hold. Or we can maximize the machine's throttle in the hopes of overloading the device. It's time to end the threat this machine poses to Heritage Hill and Defiance Bay. Muttering a command, you give the dial a violent twist. The moving spires spin faster and faster, wobbling from their axes. The light filling the machine quickly becomes too bright to behold. You look away and cover your ears, but the thunderous crash that follows shakes the floor beneath you. When you look back, the machine is in ruins, never to be used again. We did it.
Yes?
Still and silent. It's finally over.
That it is.
Absolutely.
I can't say but things will get better for you, Old Helm. But at the very least, Heritage Hill is safe now. And Defiance Bay is safe too.
Yes?
We should go check up on Or has Icantha decided to move on to new places to do more research? I imagine it's the latter. She probably knew we were going to destroy the device. But it's done. We have solved the problem. And there are two things we can do now. The first of which is to go and report back to the Crucible Knights. But we do have a quest we need to hand in. We could also check up on Seda. And then we'll go talk to Lady Webb. Give her the news about this thing. This failed experiment of the Engwithans. If that's what it was. Are you here? No. You've left. Yeah, you've gone to other places. You were essential to solving this problem. But now you've gone to keep doing your research. Hopefully finding essence in a different way than you have been here. Maybe rabbits or something else. Alright. Is there still a guard here? I can tell you that things have been sorted. The tower, it's off. Does this mean the curse on Heritage Hill is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe once again. I think it'll be some time before anyone will be willing to settle in the district again, but at least we can get started on restoring it. Excellent. Right. We'll go here. Head to First Fires. And report in to the Crucible Knights. And then to Lady Webb. And hey, now that we know the ancient Engwithan language, we are a veritable scholar. And perhaps this will prove to be useful in Odd Newer, an ancient Engwithan stronghold. I'm pretty sure it's going to be useful there. So, another distraction from the main plot opens up. Along with the White March. Music here is still sinister. It shouldn't be this sinister. Alright, we'll pop in here. Say hello. This is when the music never changes back and it's... Oh, no, music's fine now. Think it was something? Or just knocking the dirt off your boots? Okay, nothing there. Let's go over here and report on our success. Oh, there you are! Seda!
Yes?
Seda looks like she's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles shyly.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Any news from Heritage Hill? The guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grow round. By the flame, you found her? My missing commander? She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze on one of the floor tiles. She was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? That doesn't matter. But nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? They didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops. And Commander Lyra, please accept this as a token of my gratitude. And if there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Farewell. There we go.
I'm here.
We got 1,000 copper, 660 experience, total quest experience there. Oh, taxes have been collected. We lost barely anything to bandits. We earned over 1,000 copper. Nice. That's always great. How much money do we have now? 28,000. We have a lot of money. And that's good, because we're going to need that money to start upgrading our stuff. We're definitely planning on upgrading our things. But that will be for next time, folks. For when we come back, we'll talk to Lady Webb and likely get distracted
Yes?
going to Odd Newer. for I think knowing the ancient Engwithan language would be very handy there. Handy indeed. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. If you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. It may not be the happiest ending to the Heritage Hill catastrophe, but it's over now. And it'll never happen again. Ever. Later.